Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Today, yes, I have a brace on my wrist because for the past few years I've slowly but surely been creeping into carpal tunnel, and yeah, so that's what this is all about. I'm good. Just a little bit of pain here and there, but it's not broken or anything. So that's that. Anyway, I hope you all are well today. I want to share with you guys this Halloween journal that I've made for myself so that I can participate in an October daily challenge hosted by my good friend April over at PinkOddBird. And I can link her videos for the challenges down below in the description box, and also her Instagram account where if you want to participate, you can go and view other people who are participating. You can see what they've done for their pages for the prompts every day, and if you will use the hashtag POBDaily19, you can join in on the fun. And yeah, so I'll have everything linked down below for you guys. But for a couple of years now, I've really been wanting to make myself a Halloween journal. I haven't been able to do it. There's, so many things I want to do, crafts and Happy Mail and stuff like that. So this year I promised myself that I would do it, and I managed to make a simple one using a lot of my favorite hoarded Halloween items. So I'll just jump in and show you what I've done. So it's a simple book, just a repurposed book, and I'll show you why I chose this book in just a second. I made this simple closure with some elastic, and I sewed that together, and then I had this little ghosty. He's so adorable. I found him in a bag of miniatures at the flea market, and I just had to use him because he's super cute. So I just hand stitched him to the part of the elastic where I sewed it together, and that kind of helps to hide it. And he's super cool because you can bend his arms however you want, which is really fun. So that's the closure. And if you saw my post on Instagram, I was explaining that I will eventually have something else on the cover. My initial idea, I kind of changed my mind, so that will change over time. But basically for the cover, all I did was throw some black gesso on it, a couple of coats, and then I've simply just glued on one of my favorite fabrics. And this is really cool. It's got like a haunted house scene, which I kind of regret not adding this part of the fabric to the front now, but that's okay. I'll cover it up with something. And it's really awesome because everywhere that you see white is glow in the dark, so that's really cool. So let's jump in, and this is why I chose this particular book to use, is because the inside covers have these really cool like this eyeball design, which I thought was super fun and creepy. And you can see I used this this same fabric to create my little tiny floating spine here, and I've just added some creepy cloth in the middle there to make it more fun. So also, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has ever sent me Halloween Happy Mail. Dolly, Priscilla, Kim, April. I've used a lot of stuff that was gifted to me, the favorite things, all the favorite things I've got in my little box that I'll show you afterwards. But papers and bags and things like that I've just really been saving for something special, and so I've used some of that stuff. You guys would be proud. So on the front cover, I've just washi taped this really cool vellum bag, and I think these came from Michael's, if I'm not mistaken. Got these from Dolly a couple of years ago, I believe. And so I've just added it here with the washi in case I want to move it. But what I'm doing is adding my prompts to this cute little ghost stationery paper. And then I folded it up so that his little face peeks out. And so there are 3 signatures. I had to look because I forgot. And like I said, I used some of my favorite papers. If you guys have questions about any of these papers, just let me know. I did get 2 new paper stacks this year from DCWV, so I've used a couple of those, and this is from one of them. It was Curiosities, some of my favorite paper ever. Like, how cool is the eyeball flowers? And I made those last year, so I thought that was a really fun element to add. These are some death caps. No, I think they're on the other side, but poisonous mushrooms from one of my favorite mushroom books, and I reinforced it with the Tim Holtz washi tape. Like, some of the trims and stuff came from Kim, and just some lots. I just sewed along the edge and of some of the pages to give it a little bit more interest. This is a book page from a Snow White book, but it's really cool. I'll show you the other side. Love. This is the DCWV Ghost Stories, and it's got like holographic foiling, which is really cool, but it's kind of subtle. Ghosties. This is some coffee dyed paper where I used this cheap metal pan, and it always gives me these really cool marks, so I wanted to use some of that. A page from a book, I believe it's called The Littlest Witches or something, just fun little book page to add. Some of my favorite paper, coffee dyed paper, and I took this idea from April. She was making these like Frankenstein stitches. I did mine just a little different, but thanks for that idea. And I've also used some really amazing pages from a Halloween magazine that I bought last year. So it had a bunch of cool like ideas on how to decorate your house, and this was like mad science, which is one of my favorite themes. So definitely wanted to add that in. Just one little pocket here, and I've added this little tarot card that I want to use eventually. There's a little tiny witch. Some page fold outs just gives me more space if I want to make a pocket or add something in. This is the other side of that book page, and this is why I wanted to use it, because it's like an apothecary room, or like a spell. The witch is creating her spells. There's even a skull here, tarot cards. It's just really neat. And one of the challenge prompts is to make your own recipe for witch's brew. So I think I'll use this spread here for that because it's perfect. This is the death cap. This is a vintage mushroom book, by the way. And the second signature, love this paper. I think this was from Joann's a while back. This is some parchment that I was just using to do some ink dyeing and stuff, and I really liked the way it looked, so I used it. Another from the Ghost Story stack, just some coffee dyed paper. There's one magazine page in each, and these are just like really creepy or cool looking plants. And oops, skipped one. That's the other side. More of my favorite like pieces of coffee dyed paper. This is authentique paper. Just did some really fun stitching along the edge. And then this is another trim that I got from Kim. I've been keeping this for a while, and he's just so cute with his goofy little smile. So I very carefully stitched in between the beads here. This is from a children's book, and I really loved it because there's a ghost drummer and a skeleton like bass player and stuff. I thought it was really cute. Little bugs here. I thought that this putting this in the center would be a great spread for I don't know, something with my son or something. And then I've also got a paper clip from April, I believe, last year, and I did leave the strings like extra long. I didn't trim them down yet because I'll be adding beads and stuff to those. And the other side I've just put in some I edge punched the holes here, and I've added this fun fuzzy trim. Look at his face, he's super cute. And then like just scraps of trim, like this was falling apart, but I thought it was appropriate. Well, maybe if I bring it up closer you can see. It's just a little scrap piece of lace trim there. Loved this page with the eyeball. Let's bring this in here for you. Like, they put little eyeballs in the houseplants. More coffee dyed paper. I loved the little trees. It's spooky but not. It's, in the words of Priscilla, it's spoopy. And then I believe this is either Ella and Viv or Reminisce paper here. I love the little jack-o'-lantern. Oh, I've thrown in a little die-cut bird from Kim because I'll use that eventually. This is more of that funky, like, black dyed paper. Did some edge punching here with the skulls. This is the other magazine, or the last magazine page. This is like gothic decorations. I would love to try this, by the way. It looks really fun. It's like a wreath made out of crows or ravens. And then the other side, just a cool statue. Just done a tiny little ruffle with some ribbons here. This paper came from April, and I've got a little pocket here. And then this is from one of my old bird books. This one is Ravens and Crows. More Frankenstein paper. And then the center here, there's a spider, and these are like, supposed to be, I guess, like death's head moths. Death's head moths. Say that 5 times fast. Just some ribbon on the edge there, and then owls on this side. I thought that was appropriate. This is more of that scrap trim. Another little pocket here. Sorry, I feel so awkward with this thing on. And then loved this magazine page. They were definitely sufficient. Okay, another of the like black pages, and that is it. So this is my journal that I've created to use for my October daily challenges. And because I'm super behind, it is now the 7th, and I've not started yet, so I'm a week behind, and I will show you guys my progress as I move along. And yeah, so I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. I really appreciate you joining me, and I hope you guys hop on, join in for the fun. Let's do something fun for Halloween, and especially if you have children, it's just a great way to document your memories. So I will catch you guys on the next one. Don't forget to spread the love. Bye!